what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back in another video to do my RWBY Volume 9 Episode 5 review. So, this episode was quite interesting. Um, you know, Especially after the follow-up to the horrible ending of the last episode of basically burying Ruby's character. You know, the good when it comes to that. So they walk into this, you know, they walk into the little multicolor, I guess mushroom type looking forest. And as you guys know, Weiss, Blake, and Yang are still like short. They're like small. They're trying to get the ingredients to make them bigger again. And there's the curious cat is talking to them and talking about what they got to do, and other stuff. Basically, Ruby is still kind of like, still kind of in her little basic of where she was in the last episode, where she's like scared of everything right now because, where everyone else isn't. They get on like a pillar type thing so they can like walk across the lake or whatever to get to basically the town or whatever they have to go to. I guess those are pillars or like frog type ones. Frogs jump off, but they're bigger. And talking about what they have to do and where they got to go. And the Curious Cat explains basically the origins of the prince or whatever who took over for the Red King. The reason why he took over was because when Alex got out of the place and was defeated, he was never supposed to lose a match, but he never cheated. But because he lost, he was in disgrace, and because of this, he just left, and basically the prince, who's now the king now, is basically the one that takes over, but now he cheats because he has to win. So that's kind of the origins of him. And they talk about the details that were not in the fairy tale that they don't explain. That Alex did not explain. So yeah, they get into town, and when they get into a town, basically, they look for the ingredients that they need to get Yang, Blake, and Weiss back to the size that they used to be. Eventually, Weiss, Yang, and Blake go with the Curious Cat to get more of the ingredients that they need, while RWBY decides to go a different way, to looking for other stuff. And eventually she comes across this stand where she sees the penny, like, sword thing that we seen a couple episodes ago, that was left behind. And so she goes there. She like starts looking at it in awe, and then the shopkeeper there is like basically talking to her, but it's kind of like in an envision type way. It's like, why are you here? What are you doing? I lost a weapon. She's like basically kind of in a trance, like something that would be unrealistic. And it turns out it was a dream. It was all a dream. She actually didn't have Penny's weapon. She had like a sword. But then that ended up being all not real too, because she was just basically outside of the stand and not actually in the stand, or inside the stand where all the weapons were to begin with. So it was all basically a dream. But it kind of gets to the point of Ruby, and, her, trying to, I guess, revive the character. After being basically buried in the last episode, and this is unacceptable to me because, again, it just makes her character look so bad. Like, it really does. Like, I mean, she's been the leader for. We're in volume 9. She's been the leader for 9 volumes, and the character has not grown at all. And now they're trying to figure that out. I don't buy it. We've seen more growth from the other characters than we have from Ruby, which is really, really ridiculous because, I mean, Ruby should be the one that has the more growth than anyone. She's the main character of the whole series. So they kind of do this shit like opposite, you know what I'm saying? They do like, I don't know what it is. They just do, the writers, well, first of all, I don't think the writers are that good in the show, but the writers just do a lot of things backwards in this, and it's just not been consistent since, really, Monty, really. 5 was okay. I thought 5 was their best one post Monty Oum. But it just seems like they do everything backwards and not try to go forward with it. But yeah, I will say it was interesting seeing this scene because, again, they're trying to figure out what they're going to do with Ruby and try to get her back to being a leader. But I still have my doubts. So after the shopkeeper or the Smithin shopkeeper, dream is over with and does it wasn't really real, but I guess it was supposed to impact Ruby though, because she did see a glimpse of Penny through the sword or whatever before that vanished. Then after that, we see Yang, Blake, and Weiss with the Curious Cat, who are now back. And they basically tell Ruby, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then they have to go to the other stand because they had already gotten all the ingredients except for the one ingredient at the tea shop stand, I guess. And so they were looking for the last ingredients that they needed. They got it. But unfortunately, as they were getting it, the big pointy purple thing or whatever the purple porn thing, I forget what it's called, the Jabberwocker, I believe that's what it's called. The Jabberwocker basically comes in and just starts attacking the town, basically, and whatnot. They attack the town, and they knock the ingredients over. Well, actually, first I should say, before that happens, is the tea shop was trying to close shop and run away. And as they're running away, they're like, "No, we need this ingredient," And Ruby quickly gives her Ruby logo emblem thing or whatever, and sells that to her. She quickly gobbles that up and then gives her the ingredients. They mix up the ingredients together, and so they eat a little bit of it. Yang, Blake, and Weiss get a little bit tall or bigger, but not big enough. They're still short. They're still small. And then the Jabberwockers basically knock the stuff over as they're trying to get away. And then They basically have to fight it off, or RWBY tries to fight it off, and then the Curious Cat comes in to try and help by giving like another fighter to help for him. And then the Rusty Knight comes in to start attacking as well. Meanwhile, while this happens, they tell him to go get the rest of the drink, because while this happened, some of the drink inadvertently got on the Jaywalker, which made him bigger than he actually already was. But there was still a little left over for Yang, Blake, and Weiss somehow on the floor, and they just started eating it up on the floor, and they got back to normal size. So then after that, Yang, Blake, and Weiss basically started attacking the big Jaywalker, or Jabberwocker, and then make really short work of it. They take it out pretty easily. But then there are more Jaywalkers that come out, and the Rusty Knight basically says, wait, there's more of these things? Like, he was shocked that there was more, and he was like, I thought there was only one. And so they basically escape out of there, though damage is still being done. And then after that, they have to leave the town. And Weiss, and RWBY are comforting each other, and they basically upset that they left another town with debris. That they're sick of that. And you see the tea shop people, that they sold that ingredients to, like crying or whatever, the talking tea thing. So everyone's just upset, but they're back to the headquarters. They're back to like the little, I don't know what you call this, like the small bush tree flower thing or whatever that they're at. Where the tea shop person is crying, the talking tea cup thing is crying, and Weiss and RWBY are comforting one another. And then after that, Team RWBY basically, are like, oh my God, it's the Rusty Knight. They had heard about the legend of the Rusty Knight in the story. And so they were like, oh, and this is with the little dog, like horn deer thing. But then at the end of the episode, and I actually called this when I saw the Rusty Knight thing, because I didn't know what he looked like. I called it when they showed it. When they first showed him in this episode, I was like, that's Sean. Because it's his freaking armor. It's like, it's so goddamn obvious. It's like they don't make any like bone about it. And this is why RWBY is not good. Or this is another reason why RWBY's writing is not that good. It's like they made it bluntly obvious that this character was Jaune. Like, bluntly obvious. Like, they didn't even try to hide that this was Jaune. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, petting his dog deer thing or whatever, and saying that he did a good job. And then he takes off his helmet and he reveals that he's Jaune, but he's Jaune as an adult. Like, he has a beard, he's aged, and everyone's just, Team RWBY is just like shocked. Like, they're just like, what the frig? What the hell just happened? How are you Jaune? So that's how the episode ends. It ends with Jaune as an adult. So apparently we're in a time paradox now. Because how can that be the current Jaune, who went down the same time they did? Okay? Because Neo went down. Didn't Neo go down first? Or maybe it's because, I don't remember. I think it was Jaune that went. I don't know if Jaune went down first. But they all went down relatively at the same time. So they all went down at relatively the same time, but yet he aged. Like, how did he age? And he's in the story, so that doesn't matter. It makes no freaking sense. So the whole thing has been altered already. They're going to have some time paradox in this shit now. Because now they have people that are adults that shouldn't be adults. And, oh my God, they just really, they got a lot of explaining to do in these last 4 episodes. They only have 4 episodes left. Yeah, they only got 4 episodes left because there's only 10 episodes. 2 years for 10 episodes, guys. Lowest amount we've had in a season ever for RWBY. And that is how they end the episode. I don't know. Don't know, guys. Do not know. It's just I'm really shocked. I'm really surprised. I'm like, no, the Jaune being that character didn't surprise me. When I first seen him appear, I knew it was Jaune based on the armor. It was pretty obvious. What shocked me about this whole thing was that he was an adult. That's what shocked me about this thing. I was like, what the frig is going on here? So, yeah, guys. A lot of explaining to do with this one. Time paradox, or I guess we're in the Terminator age now when it comes to this fairy tale. Or something. It's got to be something. It's got to be a time paradox, or he went into a black hole and went into lost time, or went into a dimension. It got to be something like that. They're going into some freaky ass shit right now. That's the only thing that can make sense, because that freaking does not make sense. Neo's the same age. Neo didn't age. RWBY didn't age. RWBY didn't age. Yang didn't age. Blake didn't age. Weiss didn't age. And Neo didn't age. So none of the other people that went down into this like vortex world, okay, aged, except for Jaune. Jaune's the only one who aged out of all this. Doesn't make sense. So yeah. That is it, guys. That is the review. That was the episode. They went then to the credits and all that stuff. So yeah, guys. Not exactly sure where this one's going. But yeah, make sure to comment, rate. If you like this video, my videos, please subscribe. Make sure to hit that bell for all the latest contents. And that's really about it. That's all I gotta say. I am the SS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of it. Peace. Also, besides my YouTube channel, SS Ultimate Goku, follow me on Twitch, the SS Ultimate Goku, Instagram, the SS Ultimate Goku, and also I have my Discord link in the description for anime discussions, cartoon discussions, live action, TVs and movies, also sports of wrestling, football, etc., all that good stuff. Make sure to go there and check it out. And that's it. Now I'm out. Peace.